Hey, you guys doing? This is Creepy Trucky. We're back in the parking lot working on the van. Well, not much progress this week, and so not much interesting to share. So I'm going to share with you my really bad habit, which is salvaging stuff and repairing them. The first prize that I picked up from the side of the road here is this Hitachi worksite radio. Now, I think a painter threw it out on the side of the road. He thought it was broken. It wasn't. It's perfectly fine. Well, mostly perfectly fine. But first obvious thing wrong with it is the LCD wasn't displaying anything, and that's because the clock battery was dead. It was just 3 AAA batteries. I replaced that. The LCD went back on. The power, which is, as you can see on focus, come on. Yeah, the battery doesn't work very well because, well, the contacts of the power adapter. Let me explain. This thing here is designed to operate on battery packs for power tools. You can see the attachments over there. Focus, I used it as a holder for the mobile charger, but pull it out. And you can see a little plug there for a battery pack for a power drill or something. And there's this cover here for another variant of a different battery pack. So this radio thingy is designed to work on battery packs, but it also comes with a power adapter that allows you to plug it into the wall. And this is the end of the adapter. Now I didn't use the adapter anymore because it's a old-fashioned iron core transformer power adapter, which is really bulky and heavy. It's not like the modern switch mode power adapters, power bricks. So I just cut it out and get this cable and connect it to my battery system, which is there somewhere. But the reason why he threw it out is because he thought that something's wrong. It's because this little plug here won't make a good power contact. So what I did is I focus. I just got into that hole there and then get those metal contacts, which you can see right now, and then pick at it so that you get more tension in them for more contact. And I did the same thing at the power plug over here. You might not be able to see the 2 metal contacts. You just can see the metal pin, but there is a metal there you go. There's a metal tab over there, which has had the same problem. They lost tension over time. So I picked at it with a little toothpick thingy, a wire picking thingy, and to get the tension back on. And so now it works perfectly fine. Here we go. Plug it in and try to switch it on.
Welcome to Hitachi Power Tools.
Ta-da! And with that,
presented by Hitachi
I got a nice
Power
little
Tools.
worksite heavy-duty shockproof radio, auxiliary power with an auxiliary payback for my phone for nothing at all. Didn't spend a single cent to repair this, and this will probably retail about $200. So nice score. Now the same painter also threw up a couple of pieces of wood, which is here. These 2 pieces of wood, which I used to repair this workbench here, this folding workbench. Now the guy that threw out the folding workbench did so because the original workbench uses 2 pieces of MDF for the tabletop. And as you can see, moisture damage. MDF is a terrible material. And the problem is, this 2 pieces, the original tabletop, is quite a bit wider than the pieces of wood I have here. It's a few inches short of 2 feet. So what I had to do is I had to cut the support beams of the table. God damn it! What am I looking at? Yep. And then re-welded them to shorten the table base, so that you'll fit the pieces of wood I already have. And ta-da! I've got a brand new folding work table I can use for my projects, and cost nothing, absolutely nothing. Just had to cut it up with a simple saw and weld it back together, drill some holes, fit it on, all good. And I've been talking on this piece of work here. I've been talking about it for weeks, and it's taking a very long time because of how slowly silicone cures. Well, it cures very fast if it's really thin, but I'm repairing a deep cracks here on this rubber engine mount. Can we see what was going on? You can probably see that one of the cracks that I'm working on right now. And as you can see, you have to mount the engine mount on some kind of base and tension it up so that you can squeeze it open and expose the cracks. So we can fill it up with silicone and let it set, and have to keep it under tension so the cracks wouldn't close up, and the cracks, and then force the silicone out and then render the repair worthless. So I'm working on, so this worthless piece of junk will still take us some time to finish, and it takes some time to finish because I'm a cheap ass. You don't want to spend $100 to buy a replacement new part. So yeah, there we go. And over here, let's move this table out of the way. Oh, it's folding up. Oh, okay. You fold up this way. Oh, it folds, just like that. There you go, folding work table, fold it up. And of course, this is the gearbox, which I have degreased a couple of weeks ago. And another piece of work I did today is make this repair to the rubber boot for the fork. When I say fork, I mean the clutch fork. And of course, over here you can see the clutch fork is cleaned up, and I put grease on the bearings. And behind, you can't see it, but behind there on the rocker yoke, there's more grease. Well, it doesn't really need that much grease, but hey, what the hell? I have the grease anyway. I bought the grease, so yeah, I bought two grease. I have the high temperature wheel bearing grease, which is stuck into the wheel bearing over here. Well, not a lot went in, but enough went in to stop the free spinning, which means it's now lubricated. And how do you get that grease into that tiny groove? I made a little plunger out of a McDonald's straw and a piece of bamboo skewer. And basically, at the end of that bamboo skewer, there's I'll just put it down. Little bit of cloth super glued to the skewer. So that makes it a plunger. And this straw is now sort of like a syringe thingy. So you can pinch the end. Oh, you can pinch the end of the straw here to make it nice, tiny and narrow to squeeze it into gaps. And you can squeeze it into the gap of that bearing, and then use a plunger to push the grease in. And that's how you do it without spending a cent of money. Well, not much. I mean, how expensive is that to make? Probably zero if you can get a stick from somewhere. And the rubber boot, basically I cut. Now previously the rubber boot, it came in this gearbox, is completely perished. It looks terrible. But so I had to use this boot here, which I recovered from the other gearbox I bought with the engine. Now they don't really match, so I had to cut the base. I'm not sure if you can see it. Cut the base on the old perished boot and glued and silicone it together with the new boot and fit it on. I also put the rubber grease onto the boot to eliminate friction when it's moving, like so that it won't wear itself out. And also the rubber grease comes with castor oil and other ingredients that rejuvenates rubber, so that should help out the boot last a little bit longer, even though I don't need it to last that longer. I also put the rubber grease on some other bits of rubber to help rejuvenate it for some reason. And here is a table lamp which somebody threw out and I fixed. Again, that's not what they thought it was broken, and the reason why is when they tried to put the light bulb in, it wouldn't turn on. And as you can see, they tried to really twist the light bulb in, and they really loosened up the rivets in the back. But the main problem is, once again, when you take a look, when I took a look inside the lamp, is the contacts that have worn out. Can you focus? Can you focus? God damn it! How about now? Yeah. So once again, the contacts were worn out, and they're not touching the light bulb. So all I did is pick at it with my fingernail to get more tension back in, and voila! This table lamp is working once again. Simple fix. I mean, it's like now I got a free table lamp. I already had the light bulb, and I saved myself $20. And basically, and the final bit I've been working on is the engine mount for the new engine. Now this is the mount that came with the new engine. Doesn't work. That won't fit into the van's engine bay. And this is the one that came with the van. Now previously I thought I'm going to use this one and then use some spacers to add up the height, the difference in height, which you can see. We place up the camera over here. But I've since discovered that there's also a height as well as an angle, and that's going to be a complicated job. So what I decided to do instead is take the van engine mount and make some cuts so they'll clear the obstacles and mount properly on the new engine. Took a little bit longer than expected. Spray painted it so that it won't look suspicious, but this should work. So coming soon, the engine is going back into the van, right here, right into the engine bay. This engine bay has been quite empty for months now because I've been really lazy. Well, we're gonna cross the milestone real soon, so stay tuned, I guess. And my name is Creepy Trucky, and I'm signing off by shutting this door.